attacking and defacing your property and coming to your home, that's not a peaceful protest, is it?
Do you worry at all that it could go too far to that next step where somebody gets hurt?
We've seen that happen, right, in other places in our country.
Do you think, in your experience as a professional law enforcement officer, that unfortunately possibly could get to the point where somebody does get hurt pretty bad here?
I do. I think at some point it's going to lead to just that again. Now you're talking about human nature, and the one thing that's really unpredictable is human nature.
Yeah. These fucking jackasses defund the police, protesting, going to people's homes, destroying their property, and threatening the city council members. You know, you shouldn't tolerate that. Screw the defund the police bullshit. Hire more police and arrest these fuckers when they vandalize your house. And don't let them off scot-free because it's a protest. Make sure your prosecutor charges them for a prosecution that's valid for the crime that they commit.
A lot of these actions have become very public. A lot of these actions make people concerned about what they would be signing up for and running for public office because they feel that their family becomes a target as well. And that's not fair.
Well, that's Antifa. That's Antifa and the Youth Liberation Front. Those are the bastards that are coming after you people. You need to put a stop to those fuckers.
Because the protesters had vandalized his home several times. Palmisano says members of the Minneapolis Charter Commission, which is a volunteer position, were also targeted recently by the protesters, Lindsay.
And Jay, with everything going on, it makes you wonder, is there any going back? Do Palmisano and Stanek say that they have a take on what it could take from these to keep these private protests on private property from happening?
Yeah, it's a really tough thing to do, Lindsay. I did talk to them about it, and, first of all, they're usually spontaneous protests, and getting out in front of that with law enforcement can be difficult because you don't know when they're happening. They both said that if leaders of the protest groups, the people inside these smaller groups, would start talking to people, telling them, hey, it's not okay to go into the private property and damage it, to threaten the people. It has to kind of come from within to change the discourse and get it back to something more civil. Like if they sit in the street,
they're not going to do that. The leaders of these protests, they're doing it intentionally to get attention. They're destroying property, burning cars and shit. That's the only way they think they can get attention. They're not going to go back. You need to start charging them and putting them in jail for the crimes they commit.
Right, and that's a week from now, so we're all watching.
It's not going to change after the presidency either one. They're going to keep pushing. Now that they had this big, huge mob since George Floyd, they're going to keep fucking protesting and burning shit till people get what they want. Every time they want something, they're going to have a big fucking mob. That's got to stop. Same shit in Philadelphia again now.
Police are urging residents in some parts of the city to stay inside.
Stay inside with your shotgun, according to George. Fire a couple blasts off in the air. See if they run. The fuck they will. Or maybe shoot them in the leg, right, Joe? Shoot them in the leg. Fuck. Bullshit. Fucking looters come into my goddamn house, they're fucking dead. Right on the doorstep. That's where they're gonna be. Right in the fucking stoop as soon as they enter the house. Boom, right in the fucking chest. And I ain't stopping shooting until they stop moving. Sons of bitches think they can fucking break into people's homes and loot businesses. Mental health, my ass.
Have been hurt since the unrest began. 90 people were arrested last night. Several hundred Pennsylvania National Guardsmen are on their way to
Good.
restore peace.
They need the guard there.
Wisconsin Governor Tony